how employees can serve leaders. But if you are a leader, if you are a manager inside of your organization, guess what? You are not off the hook either. You actually need to serve your employees. Now, this is a relatively new thing that we're starting to see in the business world. If you were to think back even 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years ago, we used to have this traditional idea of the pyramid, where the leader sits at the very top of the pyramid and tells everybody else what to do. But today, we're starting to see this kind of inversion of the pyramid, where now the leader is at the very bottom, kind of propping everybody else up. So if you are in that position of power inside of your company, there is a very simple leadership hack that I want to encourage you to practice. And that is to believe that your job is to help make other people more successful than you. So when you show up to work every day, have that belief in mind every day. My job as a leader is to help make other people around me more successful even than me. And if you look again in sports, various sports teams, or even individual leaders in sports who have become very successful in their careers, you'll know that behind every great sports team, behind every great athlete, there is always that coach. And anytime these team members or anytime these teams win awards, they win championships, whether the athletes win championships, the first thing they always say is, I couldn't have done it without my coach. And so you need to believe that your job every day when you show up to work is to help make other people more successful than you. And if you believe that and you repeat that to yourself, and you're going to find that everything that you do changes. Your behavior will change, your attitude will change, everything is going to be different, and it's all because you think differently about your role and what your position is and what you should actually be doing. So again, I will repeat it one more time. Your job when you show up to work every day is to help make other people more successful than you. And the good news is that if you're able to practice this, and by the way, you need to practice this first. Before you can expect or before employees should serve you, you first as the leader need to serve your employees. And then when that happens, your employees are going to say, hey, wait a minute. My manager, my leader is going above and beyond to help me. What can I as an employee do to in turn help make my boss look good, to help make my boss's life easier? So again, it starts with you as the manager. It starts with you as the leader, as the boss inside of your own organization. So what are some practical, tactical things that you as a leader can do to serve your employees? The first thing I want to encourage you to do is to think about the stressors that exist in the lives of your employees. Are they stressed out because they constantly have to stay late at work, because they constantly have to have 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. meetings? Are they stressed out because they need to commute an hour to work and an hour home from work every day, even though it's not necessary or required? What is it that is bugging them, that is stressing them out, that is causing them that bit of angst at work? So the first thing I want to encourage you as a leader to think about is what can you do to remove those stressors from the lives of your employees? The second thing that you can do is to show appreciation and recognition to your employees. I can't tell you how many times inside of organizations this goes completely untapped. Employees do a good job and they don't get recognized. And oftentimes recognition doesn't have to be about bringing the employee in front of the entire company and everybody praising them. Sometimes it just means that you, as the boss, go over to that employee, you shake their hand, you give them a pat on the back and say, you know what? I know you went above and beyond this week. It really meant a lot to me and to the team, and I just wanted to personally come by and say thank you. Recognition doesn't need to be this big, over-ballooned hype kind of thing. It's just a matter of you recognizing and truly showing appreciation for your employees. A third tactic that I want to encourage you to practice as a leader inside of your company, and this is something that I talked about for employees as well, is understanding your employees as individuals, not just as workers. Remember, we are seeing this blurring of work and life, and it's no longer just about treating employees as workers. It's about understanding your employees as individuals, as human beings. And part of that, and we can bridge into step number 4, is understanding the moments that matter in the lives of your employees. And oftentimes these might be the same moments that matter to you. Maybe it's the first day on the job. Maybe it's the first time an employee completes a big milestone or a project. Maybe it's the first time the employee gets promoted. Maybe it's the first time the employee buys a house or has a child. Whatever these moments are, as a leader, it's up to you to make sure you understand the moments that matter in the lives of your employees. And this is crucial. This goes a long way because when those moments happen, you can do something to create a meaningful experience for those employees. You can serve them in those moments of need or in those moments of happiness. The last tactical tip I want to encourage you to practice as a leader is asking yourself, what are the obstacles that are in the paths of my employees? And what can I do to remove those obstacles from their path? So whatever those obstacles might be, maybe it's dealing with bureaucracy and office politics and another manager on another team isn't letting something happen. You need to step forward. You need to get in the way. You need to block and tackle and push those obstacles out of the way so that your employees can do their jobs effectively and so they don't need to feel like they're constantly stressed out and disengaged at work. So what are the obstacles that your employees are faced with, and how can you as a leader remove those obstacles?